Welcome to Ask a Member, a weekly program of the Adrian Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm Ann Hughes, president of the Adrian Area Chamber, and it's my pleasure today to welcome Ken Kintner, owner of Video Productions of Lenawee. Welcome, Ken.
Hello, Ann.
Known you for a long time, but you weren't doing video productions when I first met you.
No, probably not.
You were down the street on West Maumee Street, and you were repairing televisions.
Correct.
Which I don't think they do much anymore, do they?
No, they got to be disposable, and that's why I had to find something else to do.
So is that what led you into video productions?
Well, I kind of know how things should look because I watched a lot of television. I watched a lot of television in mirrors because when you're behind a television working, you're looking in the mirror and get your fingers in the back, hopefully not in the wrong place, or you jump. But I learned how to read backwards, I think, but from looking at text in the mirror.
Okay.
Yeah, I started in 1983 doing that. Before that, I worked for Nixon Marlboro's music store, which was downtown, and I lived downtown from the time I got married in '78 until probably about 15 years ago. We bought a house on Toledo Street and moved a little bit out of downtown. But
I remember Nixon Marlboro's. I worked at the bookstore right next door to it.
Did you? Yeah.
Probably just about the same time frame.
Used to deliver the pianos and organs with Jerry Andrews, and worked on those too, actually.
So you've got a wide background. When did you actually start full-time into video?
Full-time, I'm guessing it was probably about 8 years ago. Is when I gave up on servicing televisions altogether and just concentrated on video production work.
Okay. Lots of market for it here in Adrian, Lenawee County?
Well, it comes and goes. I do a lot of live event type things that mainly in the springtime. I've done dance recitals for dance studios in Adrian, the one in Adrian that has and also a studio in Onstead, the dance center, and then one in Brooklyn that had a studio also in Dearborn. And I got into, about the time I first started doing videos, though, I started doing safety and training videos.
Okay, that's what I was just going to ask
Norfolk
you.
Southern, yeah. The guys over on Maumee Street at Norfolk Southern called me up and said, we've been assigned to do a backhoe safety video, just for the company on our own, and we want to know if you could help us edit or put it together a little bit or something. And so I said, well, I'll come over and shoot. If you got a script together. We shot it in one morning and had their finished video on VHS at the time by Friday, and I think they had me make about 30 or 40 copies of that. And then that went to the Dearborn division and people in Toledo and Dearborn. Then I did one where they had me on a bridge in Chicago in February, going over the Calumet River there, and it was very cold out, and we were out on the bridge filming.
That.
Yeah.
So there should be a big market for training films.
You would think. Maybe people don't know I'm there, but if anybody needs that type of thing done, I can do it. Most of the time I work by myself. I run today 4 cameras, 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah.
Actually, what the viewers don't know is that there's nobody behind the camera
right now.
Nobody's
behind the camera right now. Hopefully, we're in the frame somewhere.
We've got Ken on the other side of the camera today.
This is our 7th video today, so we've got a few under our belt today.
Right.
But yeah, the safety videos have kind of dropped off. I don't know if the railroad is concentrating on something else, but I need to contact them and remind them I'm still here.
Sure. Well, and there's lots of industry. I mean, not obviously as much as there used to be, but industry is picking up, and new lines are coming into our local manufacturers. That might be a source of potential business for you as well. And you do special events. Do you do weddings?
I do. I haven't done a lot of weddings lately. I did some when I still had the TV shop. I did weddings because I was doing video way back in the early 90s or mid 80s even, as far as the dance recitals and that type of thing, because that's what got me started. My daughters were all in dance, and they were in things at the Croswell, but that's where I got started. And mainly when I stopped servicing televisions, the railroad safety videos was a big part of my business at that time. And since then, it's been quite a few. I say anything video pretty much.
Okay.
TV commercials, you can spend, you know, you can spend $300 to $500 doing a TV commercial. I upload it to the cable company. You can spend $1 million doing a TV commercial. You can spend
You'd
a lot
like
more
one of
than
those,
that.
wouldn't you?
Sure, sure. And
One
some of those are
one
very
of those
simple.
Super Bowl
They're just
commercials.
really cool ideas, and it doesn't take that much to put them together. But it's something I can do. I've done a few TV commercials that have been on Comcast.
What do you enjoy the most?
What I enjoy the most is getting my customer, my client's reaction to watching the video, the finished video, because and that's what I strive to do, is make them happy. And if they're not happy the first time, I make changes till they are happy. And I would say 9 times out of 10, they're really happy with the first thing I do. So
that's good. That's good customer service.
Yeah, well, I learned that in the television service business. You had to make the customer happy in that. So one difference is in TV service, I put an ad in the phone book, and my phone rang. And when I switched over to video productions of Lenawee, I kept the same phone number. And at this point in time, I still get more calls for television service.
Do you really?
If you look up TV service on the internet, you'll find Ken's TV service. You'll find it in a lot of the older phone books. I think I've got them to take it out of most of the new phone books, but it was always there for a long time in the white pages. So I still, yeah, when lightning strikes, the televisions go out and I get calls.
They call you. So what's the hardest thing about being in business for yourself?
Oh, like I heard someone else say today, for me, maybe I didn't learn this lesson yet. I try to do everything myself, and sometimes you need to get other professionals to help you do things that they're good at. And I think now, since I've joined the chamber, I've learned a lot more about a lot of other businesses and doing these videos too. And I plan on maybe using some of these other people to help me do what I need to do.
And that's one thing about, and I'm sure it's true in other communities, but I happen to think this is a pretty unique and special community. Everybody is willing to help everyone else be successful. You know, the more successful you are, that rubs off on us, and vice versa, as well as with other businesses.
Right.
So, last piece of advice for budding entrepreneurs who might want to follow in your footsteps?
As far as video production, it's kind of tough. You hear about a lot of kids going to some kind of school for video production, and I just ask, what are they going to do when they get out? Hopefully they'll go to a big city and get a good job working at a TV station or something that way. I don't know. There probably is work out there. I guess I just need to let people know what I'm doing and how to get a hold of me.
We'll help you spread that word. So how do they get a hold of you?
My website, vplenawee.com. I've had that going quite a while. I have many examples of my videos on there, some long, some short. We've done full-length movies, in fact, with some of the students from Siena back a few years ago when my daughters were going to Siena. Okay. So there's a couple of those on there, or like trailers, I guess you'd call them. But those are back, 6-8 years ago.
Okay. And what about a phone number?
Phone number, 517-265-2667.
Okay.
And give me a call anytime. I'd be glad to answer anyone's questions.
Very good. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you, Ann.
Good job. Stump the photographer. Yeah.